Gotta be fucking kidding.
Here's the first movie.
Did you know I'm utterly insane?
Peel that pig and slice him thick.
The body count is always bigger.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
The fucking trees walked in those movies.
Hi, doggy.
What a story, Mark.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled.
It's just like your opinion, man.
Life moves pretty fast.
If you want your sequel to become a franchise.
37 dicks.
In a row?
I'm your number one fan.
Hello everyone, welcome to our first ever episode. Well, sort of. It's more like our introduction, just to sort of tell you about what's going on. But this is our podcast, Marathon Me. My name's Rhys.
And my name's Kane.
And we are not professional in any way whatsoever. We just like movies, basically.
We're not professional, but we've got the passion, we've got the spirit.
Passion over professionality, or profession, I
Professionalism.
guess. Yeah, over professionalism. Perfect. So our idea, basically, I don't know if you're gonna like it or not, but hopefully you do. It's that we like marathoning movies. We've done it a bit before in the past. Like what sort of movies have we marathoned before?
I do believe our first one was all 13. Is it 13 or 12? We did the whole Friday the 13th trilogy. I don't remember if there was 13 or 12, but yeah, that was our first series. And I just realized I said trilogy. I already said unprofessional. My God, my career's over. But
yeah.
Anyways, please.
We watched all three Friday the 13th movies. All three of them.
Hey, technically we watched 3 in a day. I think all the times we watched them together, we watched them like 3 in a row on separate days, you know what I mean?
We did squeeze them 4 some days. I'm pretty confident.
Yeah.
So we started off with Friday the 13th because we both love horror movies a lot and franchises of horror movies, just because I think that we really like the concept of how dumb it is that the same thing is sort of recycled over and over again, and like, oh, let's see, what did they do this time?
Yeah, you want to see kind of how low they can go in a way.
Yeah, definitely. I think that with me, I'm a huge nerd with comparison and comparing different things. So something like Friday the 13th that has 13 of them is a perfect area to like contrast and compare things and be like, oh, this thing was sort of better in this movie, and then how weird that this thing was there. So that's what I'm really into. So and I think that Kane is really into that too. But we were doing this franchise marathoning that we did Friday the 13th, then Halloween, then we did all the Kevin Smith movies, and then this idea just hit me where I'm like, we love talking about this, and I would love to hear someone talking about this, but there wasn't any particular podcast out there that was too specific for what I sort of wanted, and I was like, bro, let's just make a podcast about it because we talk about this anyway. So why don't we record it and see if anyone wants to listen?
It's a good idea also because it's like I don't really see many, like what Rhys said before, I don't see many people cashing in on this kind of idea for a podcast series. So you know, we can't be sued for this, just for future reference when say, you know, we garner a following or whatever, if we garner a following and all that. I don't want to sound like overzealous or anything.
Yeah, aiming a bit high there, Kane, already. But I honestly, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that anyone has ever made a movie-themed podcast at all. Like, ever.
Oh, no, never.
Yeah, I don't think anything to do with pop culture or anything like that. Usually it's all just about meditation or something.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's our idea, where we're going to most likely, these are the rules. So we're going to marathon movies that are either belonging to the same series, franchise, maybe same director, maybe even like a same star or something like that. It's going to be really loose because, yeah, believe it or not, we're not very professional.
Yeah.
The current set that we're in is my bedroom. For my birthday, I got a Blue Yeti microphone and was like, fuck it, let's do it here. And the desk, it will usually have a Monster Energy drink on it from Kane.
God bless.
What's your favorite flavor?
Why did I forget the flavor? Pipeline Punch. It's the pink Monster flavor, which is out of stock, so I'm kind of losing my mind, but that's a story for another day.
It's a new era where Kane is having to change up his Monster Energy drink flavor as we start off this podcast.
Yes, and I'm drinking the classic flavor, which it's not my favorite. Not sponsored, by the way. If, you know, Monster would like to sponsor us in the future, that'd be pretty cool, but, you know, that's another story for another day. okay.
Yeah, it'll be like I'm most likely going to be drinking like coffee during or just beforehand. So it'll be like, if you want to be a Kane, then drink Monster Energy. If you want to be a Rhys, then have a coffee. Have some Nescafe.
Oh my god! All like the 12-year-olds that are gonna be watching our podcast, listening to our podcast, are gonna be like, "Oh, I want to be like Kane, get the monster." And then all like the 30-year-old film fanatics and all that, they're like, "Yes, I'll have a nice black coffee to be like my hero Rhys Marks."
Are you a Kane or are you a Rhys? And that's going to be where our fandom sort of divides.
Oh yes, I hope so.
I don't think that 12-year-olds listen to podcasts, do they? I don't think so.
Yeah, no, probably not. It was just more an overestimate and all that. Maybe 16-year-olds, but that's it. Even that's like kind of twisting it a little bit, stretching it a little bit.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's like it's a maturity thing that when you get to a certain age and loneliness becomes something that is quite apparent, you're like, I wouldn't mind just listening to someone just speak at me and pretend that I'm in the room with them. So here I can listen to this and then reminisce being in a room with someone afterwards. So even if no one listens, then I can listen and be like, see, I had friends. so that'll be okay. So basically our rules of the podcast, I think, I'm just laying them down here. So each series that we marathon has to at least have 3 movies. So it has to at least be a trilogy, which sucks a bit for me because there are some that I would really love to talk about on this podcast, like the Mask series comes to mind, which just has The Mask and Son of the Mask. Kane, you were saying your favorite movie. Yeah, I really wanted to do a Trainspotting marathon, but there's only the first one and the sequel, and I don't see them making a third one. So, that kind of rules out that series. Also, I really wanted to do 28 Days Later, since that is one of my favorite horror movie series. I wouldn't even call it a series, though, since it's only 2 movies. So, that's a bit of a shame. But, that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. There's now going to be, like, a whole new aspect for me when I'm wanting a third movie in a franchise. Like, even if I know that it should not happen. Yeah. I will still be like, please, I just want a third one so that we can talk about it on this podcast, even though these rules are, like, made and dictated by us and they're not set in stone or anything. That's why I'm thinking of this whole workaround with potentially doing, like, cast members. So instead of, somehow being able to get Son of the Mask in there by doing a Jamie Kennedy marathon. So that's where that idea came from. That's something that the fans are going to be just clawing at themselves to see. They're going to be like, when the hell is the Jamie Kennedy episode coming out? My God. What do you think it says about you, Kane, that Trainspotting is your favorite movie? Does it say that you're a heroin addict? Oh, well, maybe it says I'm a heroin addict, or maybe it just says I have a lust for life, Oh, that's a very nice reference. Thank you. Yeah. My favorite movie, also it can't be marathoned currently. It's the 1980s version of Little Shop of Horrors, which just makes me feel so happy. Oh. It's just one of those movies that I can rewatch endlessly because it just makes me so fucking happy. And I thought the other day, we're not going to be able to ever marathon this, but I think that there are rumors that there will be a third remake, like a second remake coming out, which means that there will be 3 Little Shop of Horrors movies with freaking Captain America playing the main character. Wait, really? I know, right? Wait, really? Yeah. What's his name? Chris Evans? Chris Evans. How did I not get that? And I also sort of forgot the freaking name of the main character from my favorite movie, Seymour. Seymour, yeah. I thought his name was Winston for a second. I was thinking of 1984. Sorry. Oh, they're pretty similar. Yeah, same characters and all that. Imagine if 1984 was a musical. Oh my God. Oh my God. That would liven up the vibe a little bit. A little bit. And it has great music already there. Oh, yeah. I would love that so much. But yeah, with freaking Seymour, Chris Evans would not make a good Seymour. No, hell no, he wouldn't. He's too macho. He's too he's macho, but he's got like kind of a dorkish side to him. Like if you see him in like the Captain America movies, he's got a bit of a dorkish charm to him because he started off as a little scrawny little boy and then became a strong man, but he does not ooze the same awkward, lovable charm that Rick Moranis had. Yeah, way too classically handsome. It wouldn't make any sense, I think. They could definitely like sort of 50s him up because that's like what the aesthetic is going for in like both of the other Little Shop of Horrors movies, but it just wouldn't be the same character. Yeah. Same era, different character. But yeah, we're sort of going all over the place here. This yeah, it's sort of been a bit delayed as well, this podcast, because of I don't know, it's 2020 now, December 2020.
Everyone's favorite year.
There's been something in the air that has sort of interrupted it. I can't really think of it right now, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really know either.
Well,
I feel like if I took any guesses, it would just seem like I was just making shit up and all that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's sort of like whatever it was, it kept Kane and I away from each other and seeing each other in person for months. So yeah, I have a little like schedule here written down right in front of me that was done months ago, where this was supposed to be airing on the 21st of September.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so 21st of September is 3 months ago from when we're recording it now. And then it's still going to take a while for us to actually get it out there. We were going to be finished with our second series marathon by the end of the year, it looks, according to this schedule, and we're probably not going to get anything out until then, but it's okay. Well, at least we're getting to it.
Good things take time, so yeah, that's all I really have to say. Good things take time, I guess.
Yeah. and at least this thing gave me a bit of hope during COVID. Oh yeah, that was it, COVID.
Oh wait, that? Oh
yeah.
Shit, I forgot about that actually.
At least this gave me a little bit of hope. It was like whenever I was feeling down, which was quite a lot, weird, right? Whenever I was feeling down, I was like, it's okay, I can picture that I'm watching a movie with my mate Kane and we're talking about it, and then it would make me really, really excited for this. And then I would keep on thinking about, what series could we do and which thing could we marathon and just sort of talk shit about.
The possibilities were endless, and the hope is what kept the both of us going and all that.
There was just infinite time there. Infinite time to think about this and think about how much better our lives will be when we're actually able to see each other and do this. It also sort of sucks that it took us so long to get this started, because when we were thinking about this and had this conceived for more than like 6 or 7 months. And then my brother told me about this new podcast called Sweet Boys that's coming out. And they seriously look like alternate dimension versions of us.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Oh my god.
And I could totally see us making a podcast and calling it Sweet Boys too.
Yeah.
Like,
that is a shame. That would have been a decent name actually. Well, more power to them. They got a nice name, but I think Marathon Me, it has a good ring to it. I won't say it has a better or worse ring. It has a good ring to it. That's all I'll say.
Also, their podcast seems to be one of those just like, let's just talk about anything and have a conversation sort of things.
Yeah.
We are going to be focused, I swear. Unlike this first intro video, which has not been very focused. But we're almost done. We're almost done.
Yeah.
We swear. We should probably, before we go, sort of like introduce how we know each other and stuff. So we are both, I am a 19-year-old male living in the western suburbs of Melbourne in Australia, which is...
Giving away your address like that?
Yeah,
Very nice.
I live at 55 Albatross Lane. But yeah, we sort of live in the same sort of area, went to high school together, we've known each other for about 7 years now.
Yeah.
We've been friends for most of those years. And yeah, we just both really like movies, so that's what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, that's definitely our love of movies is definitely what I think brought us together in the first place. And yeah, it's just been one of those. It's been one of the backbones of our friendship and all that, I'd say.
We sort of touched on it on our like practice podcast that most likely no one will ever listen to anyway.
Yeah.
But one of the first like sort of memories that we probably have with one another was our local Blockbuster. It was closing down in when we were both in year 7.
Yeah, God rest its soul.
And I barely even knew Kane. All I knew about him was that he was the movie nerd. He had a nice little YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And and I thought, when I saw it closing down, they were selling off all their DVDs super cheap. And I was like, hey, I know someone that really, really likes movies. I'm going to let him know about that. And then, what was your impression from that?
I was like... Because I don't remember the last time I went to a Blockbuster, but I was like, oh, this kid's this kid's very nice. Thank you for telling me about this. And then, that was like my last time ever setting foot in a Blockbuster, and I think it will, I don't think I'll ever be able to set foot in a Blockbuster ever again. So that was a nice way of, saying my way of saying goodbye to Blockbuster, and also, one of the first defining moments of our blossoming friendship at that point.
How sweet. How romantic,
I know,
honestly.
right? How romantic.
Yeah, but I can't even believe this dude not going to Blockbuster that often when it was open. What a fake fan of movies. Oh my god.
Look, man, I had JB Hi-Fi, alright? Like, that's good enough.
And funny that you mentioned JB Hi-Fi. Now I have JB Hi-Fi almost every day because I work there.
Yeah, lucky bastard.
So if you, I won't say which JB Hi-Fi I work at, but if you go into a JB Hi-Fi and you recognize my voice, oh man, if you go, hey, do you do a podcast by any chance? I will give you the biggest discount. No, I will just be so man, that will be when I know that I've made it. When I know that I've made it and I'm happy and it's reached out. That's as far as I want this to reach out. That is the ultimate peak satisfaction with this.
To the point where you can just quit your job and just make this a full-time gig.
Yes, if you recognize me at work, I will quit my job in front of you.
Damn. So you have to be like a very avid fan, alright? You can't just be like a dude that just watched like 1 or 2 episodes and was like, oh yeah, this dude's pretty lit and all that. You have to be an avid fan or else like, you know, just quit his job for nothing.
I will take you into the back holding your hand and you can see me take off my name tag and throw it at the manager's face. That's what you will get as a reward for making my ego feel fulfilled.
Oh, I hope your manager doesn't listen to this.
Oh, my manager's so lovely. All of them are. Everyone that I work with is lovely. So this is a little shout out to them. But anyway, also, this is we're just getting started. Like, we don't really know 100% what we're doing other than that we like talking about movies.
Yeah.
And I really, really liked our practice podcast. Felt like we were sort of like trying to build our chemistry and stuff, see if it worked on here. Even though that, like, we know that we have a chemistry, like, we've been friends for years, but who knows if, like, a microphone would just have it dead.
Yeah, no, that's what I was kind of worried about as well. It's like, you know, we have a natural chemistry in real life, but, like, I feel like having to do it on, like, I wouldn't say it was forced chemistry, but, you know, we're trying to, like, create a rapport when, on camera, on the air, on audio and all that, whatever you want to call it. And I was worried that, you know, it wouldn't work as well or it wouldn't translate as well as it is in real life. But from what I remember and from what I heard from our practice podcast, it went really well.
And I think that a lot of my personality sort of comes off from my body language and stuff like that. Like, even in the room with Kane, he'll probably see me that I'm doing a lot of, like, hand movements and stuff. And also my face will be very animated, which is a bit ironic that we're doing a strictly audio-based media project. And yeah, so from, like, I don't even really like phone calls that much because I feel like, it doesn't really get across the real me.
I feel the same about
the real me. So yeah, we're just starting out. If there's anything that you think should be improved on, tell us.
Oh, do not hesitate, please. Be as aggressive as you want, so that way we know how to improve to make the show better.
Aggression gets you everywhere. Mm-hmm. It's the only way to teach. It's the only way to learn. Be aggressive.
Yes.
And I'm probably going to set up an email for this and everything like that. Don't know what it is just yet, so I won't be like, email us at marathonme@gmail.com, which is probably what it's going to be anyway. But don't follow that just yet because it probably hasn't been set up and maybe something different. But yeah, we want feedback. Definitely
we will let you know how to reach us and contact us in whenever we create, like, you know, what he said, the email address, and like if we ever planned on doing like a social media thing or whatever. We'll let you know. The audience will be the first to know, obviously.
And if you have recommendations for what sort of things to marathon, please shout out. We may love them, we may hate them, we may be like, oh my god, didn't even think about doing that. Even if it's something really, really weird, like do like plant-based movies. So we'll do like adaptation and what's that movie with Mark Wahlberg that...
Oh, The Happening.
The Happening. We'll do The Happening.
I've never seen The Happening. I would love to do like a Shyamalan or a plant-based movie marathon with The Happening because, oh my god, I would love to talk about that movie.
Happy to do any sort of theme. Like, I know that at some point, planning to do, like, the Superbad trilogy, even though there's only one Superbad movie, doing back-to-back Superbad, Booksmart, Good Boys, and holy shit, we will have a lot to talk about those.
Oh, yes, especially we'll have a lot to talk about, different stories for each movie. I feel like we've got a lot of kind of personal stories to talk about these movies with, like, especially Good Boys and all that.
And I feel like in my soul that I am a spirit animal, or not a spirit animal, but like I'm connected to Michael Cera in some way on a spiritual level.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. You radiate a lot of Michael Cera energy. Looks wise, kind of. I don't know. Maybe like the bootleg version of Michael Cera looks wise.
If like Michael Cera and Mark Zuckerberg had a baby, maybe.
Yeah, and the baby wasn't dead inside like dead inside and outside like Mark Zuckerberg.
He's dead outside.
Have you seen him these days? Look at him. He looks
sunscreen surfer.
Oh, not just that. Just in general, he looks dead. He just looks dead. People say he looks like a reptilian. I think he just looks like a living corpse or some shit.
He's a living monster.
He basically is. Yeah. So you say you radiate. You say that you feel spiritually connected to Michael Cera. I would definitely say that I. Maybe not so much anymore, but definitely when I was younger, and maybe some ways now, I radiate a bit of McLovin energy.
You've got McLovin energy. Totally. Undeniable, man. You got the glasses to match.
Oh, no, not anymore. I didn't.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Your glasses are like John Lennon glasses.
Yeah, I've moved from McLovin glasses to John Lennon glasses.
Is it an upgrade? Is it a downgrade? Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? It just depends on your taste of John Lennon as a person and as a musician. I feel like somewhat Ooze is just my foul mouth, I guess. That's it. I don't know.
Nah, I think that you take. Now you're a classy man. Everyone knows that you're a classy man.
Oh yes, the classiest of them all. No, but I do agree. I do radiate quite a bit of McLovin energy. Like, still a little bit now, a lot more back then. But yeah, definitely still a little bit is still remaining.
So we should probably finish this off now. But I'm hyped. I'm fucking pumped, Kane. I don't know about you.
Oh, no, I'm not excited for this whatsoever.
Yeah, you think it was a big mistake? Waste of money buying the microphone?
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, I'm fine with doing the podcast. I just wish I could have had a better partner.
Yeah, we can get new co-hosts. Maybe I think that we were sort of both thinking too that like sometimes when we get into it and sort of already have a couple of episodes out there, they'll have like guest stars, and these guest stars will be people that you know. From our friend group. Mm-hmm. So
people that you know and love.
Yeah, people that you know from the second. No,
we don't want to dox. We don't want to dox the school, not just yet, at least.
Okay, maybe we'll just beep that out. Actually, whatever the school is that we mentioned.
Yeah, okay.
But, yeah, people that we know from our lives. How beautiful.
I know.
This is going to be a labor of love, I think, this podcast.
Oh, definitely.
Like, we'll get collaboration from, like, the music we're planning on getting created from a good friend of ours. Hopefully you're hearing that now on this little intro podcast, some music made by him. And the artwork as well was going to be a bit of a collaboration, but I think that we hit the gold mine.
Oh yeah. I remember now.
And just trying to do all these drafts. I think that we were like, this isn't a draft. This is it.
It is perfect.
This will be
perfection.
This will be our podcast banner.
I reckon our banner, it showed off our passion and also our not simplicity, but like somewhat of a less refined, not amateur, but it's not too overly professional either. It's just two guys, two young adults, just wanting to just talk about movies and all that.
Yeah, our lack of
nothing more, nothing less.
Our lack of class maybe a bit too. I don't know, but it says a lot. I feel anyway.
Yeah.
You may even just see a totally different thing. Like we may even by the time that we get this out there, it's a totally different thing. So we're just talking about a random image that you will not see. But anyway. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you so much, and hopefully you'll join us as well for our first episode, which we're marathoning the Scream series.
Very excited to talk about that. I have a lot to say, and I'm sure my partner here does as well.
We aimed to do Child's Play, but it just wasn't meant to be. No. It was not meant to be because Kane has 2 copies of this first Child's Play movie, and I know that my brother has at least 1. And neither of us could find it.
They've just disappeared. It's a shame because like Child's Play, like the series I love, but like the first movie is one of my favorite horror movies, and the fact that I have 2 copies, cannot find them anywhere, is just really like boggles the mind.
It's a sign. It was.
Yeah.
I didn't take it as a sign to just like, nope, we're giving up the podcast. Like, throw out the blue Yeti microphone. It's gone. Burn it. burn the boom stand. Instead, it was, we got to change our intro movie series.
Oh, yeah.
But it's okay because it's going to be... We're going to have a lot of fun anyway.
Oh, definitely.
We'll catch you next time, everyone. It's been beautiful. I'll see you.
Have a lovely night, kids.